Hey everybody, it's Mike here. Welcome to the channel and welcome to a new video in Maya. Well, today we're doing some animation and we're going to be looking at one of the 12 animation principles, and this principle is called squash and stretch. Now, if you want inanimate objects to, or even characters for that matter, to exaggerate movements, then you would introduce squash and stretch, right? In our situation here, we're going to create a ball that's going to start to bounce from a standstill. Now, normally, if a ball is in a standstill position, it doesn't have any energy to go anywhere, right? But this is animation, so we can do whatever we want. So we're going to take a ball, we're going to set it in standstill, and then we're going to have it start to bounce and go higher and higher. That's the idea. So what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that we are in the right view. So we're going to go here, we're going to go to our front view, hit the space bar, there you go, because we want to see it from the front. We're going to need a ball, we're going to create one, we're going to hit W, raise it up so it's sitting on our grid line here, and I'm going to make it a tiny bit smaller for the reason that it will then fit into 4 squares of the grid, and that will be a nice guideline later on, right? Cool. Okay, so we got our sphere, we have our timeline here, we got 200 frames in our scene. I'm going to left click and drag and scrub to frame 1, and I'm going to hit S to keyframe, and if that doesn't take, click on it, hit S, there you go. So that's our starting point. Now, squash and stretch. The ball wants to bounce upwards, but there's no energy to do that, right? So what the ball is going to do is it's going to build momentum. Hang on. Ambulance just passing by. Sorry about that. Okay, so we need to build momentum, which means that the energy needs to become more and more. So we also need to consider the timing. Initially it'll go fast, right? But as he starts to bounce a little bit, it will take more time until he takes off. So we're on frame 1. Let's say we're going to go to frame 3, okay? Frame 3. I'm going to hit R and I'm going to squish it down, not too much, and stretch it out just a tiny bit. And we're going to hit S to keyframe that. And actually, let's not keyframe it yet because we have to set it on the grid line, like so, and hit S to keyframe. So now if I scrub, we'll get something like this. And then the next step is to jump up a little bit, right? And as we do that, it will change again. So we will have a situation where it starts to stretch up. So we're going to move this up a little bit to, let's say, about here. We're going to hit R, we're going to squish it back in there, and we're going to make it a bit longer, like so. Hit S once again, and we'll get something like this. It's going down, it's jumping up, and then it needs to stop at a position where it kind of looks like it's rounded again, right? So it loses that vertical energy. So we're going to push it up a little bit more, let's say to here. Then we're going to squish it again. And you can see how that grid square looks helpful, right? So we're going to hit S once again. We're going to go back. So now it's going to go back down again. So let's go to, let's say, it's going to be suspended in air a little bit. Let's say 10, right? At 10, we're going to go and hit R and stretch it up like this. S to keyframe. Then it's going to go to, let's say, 12. It's going to stretch out again because it's going down. Push it in. Push it down a little bit like this. Keyframe again. Then we're going to scrub to 15. And of course, as it hits the ground, it's going to squish, right? So we're going to hit W. We're going to move it down. We're going to squish it like this and pull it out. Make sure it's sitting on the grid line. Hit S to keyframe again. So it's standstill. It's squishing to build energy, stretching to go up, stretching stops. It kind of squishes in opposite direction in midair. Then it comes down again, hits the ground, and squishes again. So if we hit play, we'll get something like that, right? Now, if this were set to 15 frames, we would get something like this. There's a little bit of a jitter in there, but what you get is the sensation of a live object, right? There's energy in the ball. And let's see if we can kind of fix that. That's where the jitter is, right? So let's see here. I'll do a little bit like this. Let's see if that fixes it a bit. It's still a bit bouncy, but that's okay. Anyway, so that's how you build that momentum and build that squash and stretch, right? Now, timing is everything, and I suggest you kind of play with this to get a sense of what keyframing is and how you play with the timing and how you play with the mass in this case, right? So once again, it's starting in just a round position. And there goes my range slider again. I don't know why. All right, so it's standing in that position. Then it's going to go and squish to build energy. It's going to jump up. It's going to stretch as it moves up. It's going to kind of hit a invisible ceiling where it squashes again. And then it stretches again as it comes down, hits the ground, and squishes again. So that's kind of the principle of the idea, right? So yeah, like I said, I encourage you to kind of play around with this. I'm certainly not a fantastic animator, so apologies if it doesn't look that slick, but hopefully you can make it look better, right? Anyway, that's it for me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.